Hey everyone, this is Mike with AI Rocketship, home of Miami's Gen AI powerhouse. You're about to get into the behind the scenes interview for the music video After 12 by Treblo. This video was probably one of the most challenging projects I've tackled in 2025. It's got action, it's got storyline, plot twists, original AI characters, original music, and the best part of it all, it's all set in São Paulo, Brazil. Can't wait to get into it. But before we do, let's hear from the AI actors themselves.
Eu interpreto Marcos de Souza, o Bala Fria. Trabalhar no vídeo do Treblo tem sido muito emocionante, e a equipe de produção da AI Rocketship foi simplesmente incrível. E, como é a minha primeira vez atuando como um ator de IA, é uma grande honra representar o Brasil nesse papel tão importante. Eu sou originalmente de São Paulo, então tudo isso significa muito para mim.
Oi gente, eu sou a Gisele no videoclipe After 12 do Treblo. E, sinceramente, depois de alguns anos nas telenovelas, eu sinto que tudo isso me ajudou a chegar aqui com mais confiança. Esse papel mexe comigo. Tem ação, tem tensão. Na história, ela e o Ray vão atrás de um pacote secreto. Mas aos poucos, você percebe que a Gisele não é só o que ela mostra no começo. Mas também me força a entender a Gisele de um jeito mais profundo.
This is Mike with AI Rocketship. I am here with none other than Treblo himself, who just finished dropping After 12, one of his latest productions. Ray, let's talk about this amazing collab with this fully AI generated video that takes place in none other than Sao Paulo, Brazil, my hometown.
Well, I mean, it all starts with the music first, right? So I made the music and then the vision came to you. I was like, hey man, I got this little script. Super quick song, 3 minutes 30 seconds, and the thing about me, you know, like my music is always paired with something visual.
Yes.
And not just something visual, but something that tells a story. So yeah, so I had the script in my head and you actually helped me write it out. You remember. Super simple, right?
To the point.
To the point.
Deviated, right? From the original plan, I know.
Well, funny thing is, like, so when you gave me the video and I'm watching it and then like it gets to the end and I'm like, oh, wait a second, this wasn't in the script.
No.
No, so I was like, you know what? Let me watch it again. And I was like, I got it the second time, you know, the whole betrayal thing, right? That wasn't even supposed to happen. So you actually made it better. So yeah, I appreciate that.
This storyline was originally about a character who is working with another character. We have Giselle, and then we have Treblo, almost kind of like a spy theme, or maybe like a transporter feel, with kind of like a John Wick vibe from what some people have said who watched and commented on your YouTube channel. And honestly, that was the vibe I was going with. But before the visuals came out, right, and I'm looking at some of the snippets from the video, it starts with a really good story. But even before that, and I think this is why we work so well, Ray, that you and I both love music. I mean, we go back. We've always been in the music scene to some degree, making beats, you know, whether we were on a microphone, whatever, beatboxing, you name it. We go back. We've seen music change. And what's different about you is that you actually produce your own music. Your music is not AI generated, correct?
Correct. That's kind of where I draw the line. And there's a reason behind that, because people are like, oh, is this AI music as well? And then some people are like, well, why don't you do it? You know, and just screw it, do it. Well, the difference is when you're going to do AI music, you know, you've messed around with Suno and all that.
Yes.
I mean, it's ridiculously quick,
yes,
right? So pretty much, I mean, you can make something in 30 seconds, but pretty much within 10 minutes, you can make a bunch of songs. Boom, you're good to go. AI video is a little different, right? Because as I've discussed with you and other people, again, they're always those like non-supporters, right? Like, because we don't mess with AI. It's taking people's jobs, it's taking people this. Well, it's like, okay, so I hired somebody to do this video, which was AI Rocketship. It's not like you're just typing in a prompt.
No.
It's real image generation, real landmarks from Brazil.
Yes.
Myself, which I had to take like 15 pictures, all directions, facial expressions, send it back to you so you could build my model.
Yes.
Then you build Giselle's model from scratch, right? I mean, from nothing. And you're doing this not just from the ether, just typing in something. I mean, this is like Photoshop, Lightroom, editing, storyboarding,
Yes.
right? Like, not only that, then you have to create the generations. Sometimes you got to create 10 because you know how AI is. It messes up.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because I always feel there's people out there misleading, saying you can make a whole 1 minute, 30-second AI generated video with just a few prompts and voila, you're an expert. Here's my masterclass, $99. And I honestly, I don't have love for those bullshitters. I'll be very honest with you, because you and I know what it took. This video was no less than 30 hours. And you're saying 30 hours? Yeah, but we didn't have to fly to Sao Paulo, hire a film crew. The hardest part, I think, overall, was first coming up with a script. We didn't use ChatGPT. It actually came from your imagination. I took it and I just polished it up a little bit and then started creating the visuals and thinking, what would Giselle look like, this character? What would Ray Treblo look like? What would the scenes of Sao Paulo? And then I got into the research. And remember, we were talking about like the landmarks in Sao Paulo, the look of the streets, the humidity, how the streets are sometimes wet. You have those abrupt rains, rain showers. Sao Paulo is a busy city. It's like I was explaining, it's like New York almost, a concrete jungle. Uh, a lot of stuff going on. You've got upscale neighborhoods, you've got like mid-tier neighborhoods. And we said, well, Ray will probably be in an upscale neighborhood. He's probably going to be in a nightclub, which you gave me in the original script.
It's unique in a way, because what you said, I think normally, I mean, dude, how much do you really think it would cost to make that video happen if we were doing a full, like a real music video from like 20 years ago?
10
Probably 30, 40, right.
Upwards, yeah.
Right. So for like 10% of that, you could do it.
I mean, overall, it even though it is 30 hours, it's not 30 hours straight, because we went back to it for a few weeks, sharing ideas. We jump into the meetings and say, hey, what do you think of this? Should we go with this? And even introducing a third character, which was Marcos de Souza. So de Souza is a very Brazilian name. And I found this character when I was just searching for Google images of places to visit in Brazil, and I see this one dude standing there with a bleach blonde hair. And it's cool because he's got a dark complexion with bleach blonde hair, so it's like, the contrast is super cool. He's got all these tattoos right up to the neck, and he's wearing a white suit with a thick gold chain. And I said, this should be our bad guy, because he told me there's going to be some kind of a chase scene.
Yeah.
So how do we fit Marcos into the script? And what we come to learn later is that even though Giselle and Ray are trying to retrieve this package from Marcos and deliver it somewhere, Marcos actually works to steal it back, but using other people, so it doesn't fall on him, to kind of like clean his hands. And like what we see towards the end, Giselle was in on it the whole time. Ray, unfortunately, he didn't know what was going on, but it's part of the fun with AI and storytelling,
That was a surprise. That was a surprise to me, man.
Yeah.
And I loved it, and in other situations, like, I mean, me and you were boys, dog. We've known each other for how long? 25 years?
Yes, about so.
Very, very long time.
Yep.
So I had that trust, like, to where I didn't have to worry about it, even if you did make a change like that, because I knew it would be fire. So
I wanted to talk to you about your persona, because I am like right now on the screen, I have you standing in the club with the cool shades. You're wearing a black suit. It's your face. So people are going to ask, how did you recreate him? Was it AI? It's like, yes and no. What they don't know is that you had to send me several pictures of yourself modeling, front, side, back of the head, full body shots. I also mentioned to you when doing this, tight fitting clothing, because if you wear baggy clothing, the AI is going to interpret what your physique is. But with tight fitting clothing, I can then add layers of new clothing onto you using tools like Nano Banana and recreate you and then animate you. And there was at least maybe 5 or 6 tools that went into this entire production. Mostly, I used Kyber, which is an affiliate that I do work with, and I teach AI with Kyber. So Kyber has Kling as one of their AI tools built into it. We use Nano Banana. We use Higgsfield as well. A little bit of Adobe Firefly, but primarily, I think 90% was mostly Kling AI in recreating the visuals. And then of course Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Lightroom. You had specific logos that you had asked me to include in your video for some other projects you're working on, like that t-shirt that you had that says Valley Lows.
Yeah, good job though, by the way, with the placements on that.
Yeah, we threw them everywhere. I
For real.
mean, you'll notice when, like, I'll have one scene now coming on that the riders on the ninja bikes are leaving their departure point, and Valley Lows is on this like crusty wall full of graffiti with paint and parts missing. Like, it has a real
Yeah.
grimy look, but it fits in, and that's what's awesome working with Nano Banana. I had a lot of fun. This video challenged me because
Let
I've
me
never
ask you a
done it.
question.
Yeah, talk to me.
Just from a director creator standpoint,
Okay.
how many times did you have to listen to that song?
That's a good one. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I think I've heard the entire song for the past maybe month and a half, minimum 150 times, minimum.
Oh, that's not as I thought you were gonna say like 500-600.
No, maybe like 150 minimum, because I had to see, part of my creativity process is I love starting with a soundtrack. So I'm still on SoundCloud. I love electronic music. Even when creating other projects for other clients, I'll put on like house music or deep techno because it just gets my mind thinking. And I'm in the zone, but I said I need to listen to your music because I want to be inside of Ray Treblo's head, get back into the script. So as I'm creating Giselle, creating Marcos, creating Ray, the scenery, the colors, tweaking it in Lightroom, I have the music just vibing on my other screen because I don't want to lose that focus. And I noticed that about myself, my style. Like, if you're not fully invested into a project, man, it's not going to come out. It's going to be like if you outsource to somebody on Fiverr, not to shut them down. I'm just saying that disconnect, it's going to be present.
That's what I'm trying to get at, right? Like the song itself paints a picture, and that's part of like my music thing. It's not just about the music, it's about closing your eyes and seeing the story play out. Kind of similar to what you just said, listening to it over and over again to get the story going.
Correct.
For me, it's a little different because I make the music. So as I'm building the track, right, is where I start thinking about the visuals and start seeing something. So I try to let visuals run the track, but also let the track run the visuals, if you that makes any sense.
And I wanted to ask you, and this is for anybody who watches this post interview, because I know the video has been gaining a lot of traction. I think you already hit 5,000 views on your YouTube channel within 3 days, which is just phenomenal. Kudos. Keep up the great work. I think you're already like 8 or 9,000. It's awesome. This video is hitting Brazil pretty hard. You mentioned that you're actually going to promote it heavily in South America. Is that right?
It's happening right now. And the funny thing is, I'm not South American. I'm an Italian New Yorker.
Yeah.
Right. So but the thing is, you know how it is, man. I mean, I used to live in Miami.
Yeah.
Mike was like one of my first friends in Miami. This guy put me on my first show.
Oh my gosh, we're going back in time.
At the university, man. It was my first rap show ever, man. And you did that for me. That was a whole nother lifetime when we were doing our thing. But my point is,
That's awesome.
Living in Miami made me more diverse in a sense of understanding diversity in other worlds, right? Because you know how Miami is. It's literally like another country.
It is.
In
I
a
mean,
good way.
to the Americas, you've got a little bit of everything here.
So
Even though I think New York is super diverse, but
it is. But you understand, I also lived in other spots between Miami, so
yeah.
So it's a little different for me. But my point is, me not being from South America is I want to put myself in those places. That's what I like to do in my videos, right? Be able to have, you know, maybe my next one's gonna be in Japan. I don't know, but that's the whole point.
Oh, that would be fire.
The beauty of working with AI, right? And also just a thought about that too. So just again, like people that are like super doubtful and like, you know, just automatically negative. Think about it like this, right? Like when you watch like a Pixar film or you're playing a video game, right? None of that is real.
Nope.
It's being made through not AI yet, but it's being made through animation programs, right? It's being made by computers. It's being made. That's what I'm saying. So I don't see what the difference is, because if you're playing a video game, okay, it's not real. Somebody had to make that character from scratch. This is exactly what is happening here, but in a different way. So that's, you know, and it's not like we're trying to create this and not say it's not AI, right? Like all those Suno videos that are meant to trick you purposely. This is not what I'm trying to do. This is just, it's art. It's storytelling and it's art, but art in a different way. So I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but that's just how I feel about it.
I'm the same way. I'm of the perspective that what would it have cost to do this 20, 25 years ago when we started? I remember you had just finished Full Sail. I was starting my marketing career / trying to finish school, and I remember just buying equipment at places like B&H Photo. Camera equipment was ridiculous. I think you've seen my setups with lighting and stuff. I mean, but here I have I can actually craft an entire scene, whether I'm working for Pixar and making a cartoon or making an AI generated video. The point is that we're telling a story. You can either tell a story about Shrek, who is a creature from a swamp, or, you know, like an international spy type of character named Treblo, who happens to be in São Paulo. I mean, the imagination is limitless, and I see that AI is a way for new artists, established artists, or anybody to be able to tell their story quicker and definitely fine-tuned, and for a lot less than the cost than it would have been in traditional means. I mean,
by the way, you were also the first guy to give me my real first photo shoot.
Oh, that may have the pictures on there.
Bro, me too. That's what I'm saying. Like the trust was there, but I would definitely recommend you to other people that I know trying to do something similar. You know, hopefully people will see this and be like, okay, yeah, now I understand a little more that, you know, the hours of work it took for me to make the music, mix and master it, and the hours of work it took for you to do this, and all the post work as far as the promotion goes and actually marketing the track with the video.
The timing was great. I mean, had you approached me a year ago, I don't think the quality would have been the same, because the tools are so much better. And I wanted to ask you a question, because somebody asked me, they messaged me on Instagram because they saw your video, and they asked, well, is this really him, or is this like an extension of the producer? And how do you answer that? I didn't want to answer.
I mean, it is me technically, right? Like people ask me the same question. I you know, like they're like, oh, there goes AI Ray, you know, and it's like, well, yes and no, kind of what you kind of said earlier. Like, yeah, it's AI. The output was AI, but the input was real, meaning like, I mean, again, I can say this again. I had to take 16 pictures of myself or whatever in different angles with different facial expressions, send it back to you. But not only that, those pictures still have to get edited.
Yes.
Right. So that's like a whole Photoshop Lightroom situation. Like then it has to be modeled in the software. So yeah, it is AI Ray. but it's also real Ray, and that's what is this again. It's the same thing. Okay, NBA 2K, the basketball game, right?
Correct. It's
You can
based off of their likeness.
right, but no, dude, you can model your freaking, you take images of your face like this, and then you could put you in the game as a created character with your face. It always ends up looking like shit, but the point is, what's the difference? Like, you're putting yourself into a game that's all animated. It is what it is. So I mean, it's either you love it or you hate it or whatever. It's still tight ass music and pretty decent story. So
this was by far one of my favorite projects to close out 2025. I had an absolute blast, and people who know me, I'm very picky about who I work with, and it's already at that point because the demand is there. I'm not having trouble finding people who want to do creative projects or collabs, but there's times that I got to say, you know what? No, I'm not. It's not a good chemistry, and we had good chemistry, not only because of the time that we've had, even before getting to where we are today, building that trust, but the fact that the communication was great. You had a vision. I didn't have to like pull it out of a hat and figure out, okay, maybe this will work, and throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. Like, you knew exactly what you wanted. All I had to do was take it and polish it up and then serve it back to you and say, hey, is this the direction you want to go in? And it was great, man. It was good. So I appreciate that.
Appreciate you, man. That's going to be just, and also for everybody listening, this is going to be my last release for the year. So yeah, starting January, new release,
new content,
new label, the whole situation. I don't want to, say anything, but
okay,
2026 is going to be fire. It's going to be dope.
This is really, really good. One last thing I'm going to mention, prompting. So prompting had a lot to do with the success of this video. And that's one of the things that AI Rocketship focuses on is delivering quality prompts. We have an in-house agency that we call AI Rocket Shop. It's not an actual store. It's just the name that I gave it for the focus on the cool design part of the branch, meaning anything that has nothing to do with teaching AI or specifically branding. It's just creative stuff. That's where a lot of the work happened. When you see me at 2 in the morning and I'm on the computer prompting and testing out new tools or visuals or methods that will work for that look that you want, that's where you see the true heart of what is AI Rocketship. It's not me sitting in a desk and just trying out random stuff. Like, it's me separating myself from the world. I've got my headphones on. I'm in your video, man. I'm standing there with Giselle. I'm looking at Marcos's eyes while he's already setting off the betrayal plan. I'm there riding alongside the motorcycle guys. Everything from the wind blowing in the hair, that cool effect. That's the point. That level of detail is what helps to sell AI videos, as well as, wow, this looks pretty good. So when people ask, was this filmed in São Paulo? I'm going to say it was filmed in our little AI world. But yeah, we used real stuff from the city, everything, the look, the vibe, the music. I mean, there was research that went into this. And it certainly helps. I mean, heck, I am from São Paulo, but being in the United States for so long, right here in Miami, obviously you lose some of that connection. But everything from the language, the slang, I mean, that's never lost. So thank you for trusting us to bring an extra level of authenticity to this awesome production for Ray Treblo After 12. I had a blast doing this, man. I really did.
Hands down, hats off. You killed it, bro. Honestly, I asked for ultra realistic, and that's what you did. So
appreciate you,
my man.
Catch us on the next one. I'm looking forward to 2026. Mike with AI Rocketship, Ray Treblo in the house.